Hey there everyone, it's GG Sober Sun. July 27th. To paraphrase the psalm, we alcoholics declare the power of liquor, and drunkenness showeth its handiwork. Day unto day uttereth hangovers, and night unto night showeth suffering. The law of AA is perfect, converting the drunk. The testimony of AA is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of AA are right, rejoicing the heart. The program of AA is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the first drink is clean, enduring forever. Have I any doubt about the power of liquor? Well, I relied on the power of liquor for a long time in terms of that sense of ease and comfort that the doctor's opinion says comes at once after taking a few drinks. The problem was that solution became a problem because it's a good friend, cruel master. And when did it turn? I don't know. I think it could be a taskmaster from the beginning, really. I was quickly captivated, but I didn't care. I thought that drinking was an adult thing to do, and I was tired of being a kid. And I didn't realize that what I was tired of was the inability to care for myself in many ways. The inability to get my needs met in a reasonable manner. And I thought that all I had to do was show this outward action that I saw adults taking. And they seemed to be enjoying themselves. So in my effort to gain control of my life, I lost control with alcohol. You know, I'm a firm believer that, alcohol basically worked as advertised in terms of getting me out of my own inhibited self, out of my own inhibitions, and it got me to open up and be more social and try new things, and the Brits call it the Dutch courage, where you get a skinful, as they say, and get a little buzz on, and I'm willing to do something after a few when I wouldn't be. I mean, you go to any club or dance or whatever, get a few in you, get loosened up, and you can have some fun, kind of thing. But let me tell you, I've been to some, there have been some doozies of AA dances for sure. So don't let that stop you. I had more fun dancing sober than I did drunk anyway. Meditation for the day. Walk humbly with the Lord, thy Lord. Walking with God means practicing the presence of God in your daily affairs. It means asking God for strength to face each new day. It means turning to Him often during the day in prayer for yourself and for other people. It means thanking Him at night for the blessings you have received during the day. Nothing can seriously upset you if you are walking with God. you can believe that He is beside you in spirit to help you and to guide you on your way. Yes, I can believe that. And I noted on the way here how, I did a lot of traveling over the last couple of days. I was up in North Carolina visiting with my son and spending some wonderful time with him. And so I'm tired. I did, I drove for at least 12 hours yesterday. I'm getting home from there. So I'm pretty whipped. I had a good 7.5 hours sleep last night, according to my monitoring device. And, I woke up, felt well rested, but still quite sleepy, quite drained. But how frustrated and easily frustrated I get with other drivers on the road. I'm defaulting to the victim role. That I've got some guys that are in my house right now that I really thought would be, they're putting new tile down, and I really thought would be done. I gave them almost a week and a half, and I removed all the old flooring and removed the toilet, removed the wash basin, and I really thought I made it easy for them, and they didn't have to do any demo, and they're still there. And I'm sure they'll be there into next week at this point. And I'm quite frustrated. And then the owner and the general manager came to the house today, and the guy says, "Is it okay to park here?" I said, "No, that's my neighbor's spot." And he said, "Wow, we'll only be 5 minutes." And I was just like, later, of course, immediately, I wasn't like a jerk or anything, but in hindsight, I should have been a jerk. I was, I'm like, so I don't know if anybody else does this, but I had the argument after the argument. I'm like, then don't ask me. The guy didn't introduce himself to me either. It's kind of like, you apparently know who I am. I don't know who you are. All these guys in these trucks pull up. Maybe I was a little intimidated. I don't know. But the default setting, just of victim and I was just walked out on the beach, and a guy walking behind me was smoking a cigarette, and it was like it was all up in my teeth, and I was shocked how I can rationalize that cigarette smoke is so offensive. It's like assault. The guy is assaulting me with his cigarette smoke, and it's like, whoa, pump the brakes, guy. You're really taking things on the chin today. And yeah, I noticed that like loud noises and things like that are just really hitting me harder today. Even though I've had a good night's sleep, it's just because of the long drive, and really I wasn't ready to come back. I wanted to spend more time with my son, but I had a medical appointment that I had already canceled once, and that when they rescheduled it, they didn't check with me, but they told me when I canceled the first one, you only get one cancellation. After that, you have to resubmit basically for this evaluation. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But are there any mistakes in God's world? I don't know. I don't think so. He is beside you in spirit to help you and to guide you on your way. And I think I haven't really, even though I've been doing my morning routine, I got up and I prayed on my knees. That position of submission is super important for me. I still felt like pretty much like I was going it alone, and guess what? I felt bummed out a lot of the day, you know. But I think that's just the disease trying to fake me out, whether I pick up a drink or not. But knowing this about myself, I can say, all right, this is just one of those days, you know. It's okay. Easy does it. You know, keep moving forward. Trust God. Clean house. Help others. You know, so I went to my meeting this morning, and the normal chairperson didn't show up, and somebody asked me, actually, at just right at start time, do you mind chairing? You know, because I've been out of town for a week and a half, so I was catching up with my buds, you know, and chatting, and somebody asked me to chair. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll go ahead and chair. It was a nice meeting, and people enjoyed it. Actually got a compliment. Not that that's what I do service work for, but somebody said about how I set the tone for the meeting, and I have to be careful that that's not an ego feeding type thing, and just thank you. Happy to be of service kind of thing. So anyway, what in the world is this? That must be those Fisher guys. So anyway, prayer for the day. I pray that I may try to walk humbly with God. I pray that I may turn to Him often as to a close friend. Oh yeah. Close friend for sure. More than a close friend. And I just think about how over the last week or so, my son and I have been staying in a hotel while he gets settled. And it's a tiny hotel room with two double beds. And every night, we're one night we talked into the night, and he just had to get some things off his chest, but it was lighthearted, It was just kind of reviewing some things. We've gone to meetings almost every day together, and we spent most of our time together. And it's been such a different visit than any other visit because of that, we wake up, we're right there with each other, and I'm kind of missing that, I think, I feel kind of lonesome as a result, yeah. I think that's just really the first time I've really acknowledged that I miss it. Miss that time we shared together, and all the talks we had, and all the silence we had. That's as important as, almost as important as the deep, heartfelt discussions that we had, Just as important, almost important. I don't know. But I know that, I think, and I was telling him the only time we really had heart-to-heart, my dad and I really had heart-to-heart discussions like that was when we were both drinking. And I'm really glad that that's one thing that I can forego with my son, and my daughter for that matter, that You know, that's a legacy I don't need to pass on, that's for sure. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the people who were willing to lean into vulnerability and share that they were alcoholics. I just reconnected with another guy that when I went back for keeps, he told me his story and was bold enough to be reading the big book in the break room. But I'm grateful to be on the road of happy destiny, as it says in the last few words of the first 164 pages of the big book. On the road of happy destiny, not to happy destiny. The journey is the happiness. So I'll keep coming back. I hope y'all do too. Love you. Look up. Aim up. Rise up.